Ladies and gentlemen, The Hill, Justice Department probe into Trump won't stop if he announces 2024 run. Rachel Maddow, Yahoo Entertainment, Merrick Garland gave Donald Trump a reason to announce 2024 presidential campaign. MSNBC, Trump announcing a 2024 run could upend midterms. Newsweek, Trump early 2024 announcement could help fund legal battles. Why do you think that everyone to the left of center or the Democratic Party and media are petrified that Trump will announce sooner rather than later? He's going to announce before the midterms. He could announce next week, next month, tomorrow. We don't know. He's announcing. Okay? And everything they did, from a failed Mueller probe special counsel that found absolutely nothing. Nobody was indicted or charged or prosecuted for colluding with any country. That was the reason for the Mueller probe special counsel. It was a complete failure. It was a categorical, monumental, biblical failure of epic proportions. They said that Trump was compromised. They couldn't find any evidence to prove that claim in a court of law. They said he was installed by another country, that he was colluding with another country. They couldn't find any evidence in a court of law to convict President Trump. Okay, so we learned that, we knew in 2016 actually, when BuzzFeed published the Steele dossier, and it wasn't against Twitter guidelines. Why wasn't it against Twitter protocol? It was completely baseless. There was no evidence to back it up. It wasn't against Twitter protocol because, that's how social media works. You can make baseless allegations against Trump, you can level the most absurd claims against Trump, and then you can force investigations to see if potentially those claims are true or not. With Trump, if he makes a statement, it is refuted and debunked, and the rebuttal is published in the Washington Post or the New York Times, and they can't possibly ever investigate any of the claims. Okay? Not so with Democrats, media, intelligence officials. They'll write an ODNI and DHS report with high to moderate confidence. They're confident. Brennan can be asked in Congress, do you have any evidence? And then he'll say, I don't do evidence, I do intelligence. And see, the distinction is not intelligence is a hunch. It's just a belief. It's what we think could possibly be. And so the intelligence is never leveled against Democrats. Imagine if Brennan said, we think that Clinton was compromised because millions flowed into the foundation and beneficial treatment took place to the people who actually gave millions into the foundation, and President Obama did not veto the sale because he was likely influenced by the millions into the foundation because that's the way the Democratic Party runs. From Tammany Hall till today, you can look at Hunter's emails, 150 suspicious banking financial transactions with emails stating, how can you use your influence on the company's behalf? So you have not just obviously Uranium One, Hunter's emails, but you have a whole bunch of pay-to-play schemes. Money is flowing into a foundation, and money is flowing hundreds of millions of dollars into the bank accounts of Hunter and James and possibly Joe. And so, anyway, but that is not worthy of investigation by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. A Steele dossier literally purchased by Clinton and the DNC. They had to pay FEC violations and they had to pay FEC fines because they violated the FEC laws, purchasing the dossier with money that Bernie Sanders supporters gave to Bernie Sanders, who was cheated by the DNC, and then Democrats blamed another country for interfering and meddling. So the meddling of another country, the Bureau today said 3 countries are trying to meddle in the midterms. Of course, all of them don't like Democrats. Meddling means finding out the corruption within the Democratic Party. That's what meddling means. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel. Also go to the stock market crash and nuclear confrontation channel right now. I have another segment up. You will love it. It is about, unfortunately, the housing crisis that we're seeing because interest rates are going to go up. On July 26th and 27th is the next Federal Reserve meeting. and Jerome Powell is going to raise interest rates, unfortunately. Well, it's unfortunate for the bond market and for the and for also the mortgage and housing market. You have multiple bubbles popping. We're in the first inning. Things are going to get much worse. Go to the description section. Please go ahead. Go to the description section of whenever you watch this, watch the playlist where I predicted in September of 2021 the stock market crash, the Bitcoin and crypto crash, and subscribe to the Bitcoin 10K channel. I'll eventually get to that channel. Bitcoin will crash further down below 10,000. And also, please read my articles below in the description. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below in the description section and the pinned comment. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have 2 articles, one about Barry Bonds and one about Floyd Mayweather. If you enjoy my channel, you might find a new side of my personality. Read those articles. Share them if you agree with me on Barry Bonds and Floyd Mayweather. They're in the description section of each one of my segments. Trump did not commit a crime. It is not a crime. He didn't commit a crime. He didn't commit a crime in January, but see, the Federal Bureau of Investigation couldn't find any evidence pointing him to some kind of organized plot to get people to commit criminal offenses. He didn't commit a crime with his tax returns. So they've had his tax returns for a year now. He didn't commit a crime with Stormy. He didn't even get a campaign finance violation. The Democrats got campaign finance violations with the Steele dossier. The Steele dossier was an example of meddling, okay? You had government officials who meddled into the results or interfered with the results of an incoming president and an outgoing. They sided with an outgoing Democratic Party administration because they were part of that outgoing Democratic Party administration. President Obama was a Democrat. Clinton was a Democrat. They left office, and before they left, they gave Trump a present, which was endless investigations into baseless claims, predicated upon hunches within the intelligence community. Okay. The intelligence community historically has stayed out of U.S. politics. You can make you can issue a rebuttal there, a huge rebuttal, but anyway, the intelligence community generally stays out of U.S. politics. What Brennan and Clapper and Comey and Strzok and McCabe did is they put their fingers on the scale of justice. They said, well, we're going to set up and frame Trump. That's why we have the Durham Probe Special Counsel. The Durham Probe Special Counsel is going to take a long time. You can't get, and it's going to need parallel investigations in the House and the Senate. Biden's going to get impeached. Trump's going to announce his candidacy. October is going to be a huge month. You have the Twitter lawsuit with Elon Musk versus Twitter. You have the Durham Probe Special Counsel on October 11th. And it's 1 month before midterms. Okay, or weeks before midterms. So this month has been a little bit slow on this channel, but ladies and gentlemen, August, September, October are going to be 3 of the most important months in modern U.S. history. You're going to have the Durham probe trial, the Twitter versus Elon Musk versus Twitter lawsuit, big lawsuit to find out how many bots there are, which are probably, you couldn't even count how many, okay? And then they won't have Twitter anymore because he's going to wrestle Twitter away because he knows that they will use that platform against him. And then you have also the midterms, where House and Senate will go Republicans. They keep on saying, oh, these candidates, these Trump-backed candidates. Well, he won in Maryland. He might not become governor. Dan Cox won in Maryland. But it's like they did the same thing. The DNC emails showed, and Politico, great article, right before Clinton lost, that they always wanted Trump. Then they said that Russia did. But no, the Democrats did. They didn't get what they expected, though, because he defeated them. Now media is saying, oh, Herschel Walker, Kerry Lake, all of these people, my goodness, Blake Masters, all of these people, they're not strong candidates. Watch them all win. Watch them all win. just like Trump did in 2016. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe to this channel. I'll be back in a couple of hours, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Go to the stock market crash.